Nice. Hey, my Vigilante Nation, what is up? May the fourth be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. All right. So, it being Star Wars Day, we wanted to kick things off with a little Star Wars news for you. Frey, you have some stuff that you wanted to talk about with the new Star Wars project. Oh, yeah, yeah, my bad, my bad. Get a little ahead of myself sometimes. Yeah. Uh-oh. Well, good. She got to, skip my horrible intro there. Oh, so she did hear my horrible intro. Okay. All right. Well, while he's fixing that, if they're getting audio from me, I'll talk a little bit about crypto comics. I wanted to start out by kind of acknowledging some artists and writers out there as well. Uh, Me personally, I've been actually reading a lot of the top two lately. Um, Cardell Cole, amazing, amazing artist and writer. We interviewed him, was it 2 weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is my audio
Yeah.
working now, Amy? We'll see if that helped. Got a new microphone. Trying to
Ah,
trying to get it set up correctly. It's funny, Matt
any
could hear
response?
my beautiful voice the whole time.
What was that?
I said Matt could hear my beautiful voice the whole time. Good thing Amy said something. That would have been kind of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Hey, Amy can hear my voice. Lucky Amy.
All right. So, Brian, before we get into kind of what Crypto Comics itself has been doing, what have you been reading lately?
Well, we should probably re-say everything that I just said because
Wow,
nobody could hear it. So,
I'm on the ball. Okay.
hey, Dwight, thanks, man. Yeah, good. Very good thing you got on, Amy. That would have not been good. Um, yeah, it's a new segment. We're ironing this out as we go. So yeah, basically the idea is that in no particular specified order, um, but these will happen on Monday. We're just going to do kind of a live video where everybody can start chiming in, talk back, like Amy is telling me that my audio wasn't working, or like Dwight is telling me that my audio is finally working. We are going live across Facebook, Twitch, Mixer, uh, where else? YouTube, um, and our own Facebook creator group. That way, it
Oh,
gives a wider audience the capability of using whatever platform they want, and just kind of give feedback, talk about their ideas on things that we're talking about. More viewer interaction, things like that's always really nice, especially with the type of topics we'll cover. The things that we're mainly going to be talking about is industry news, events, fan events, which used to be called Comic Cons, but now we're not allowed to call them that anymore, and I refuse to adjust my personality based on lawsuits. So, yeah, we'll be kind of going through that, talking about creators that are already in the crypto comics marketplace system, as well as some other creators and stuff. A lot of the focus is going to be more on what we've got going on in the marketplace as well, updates that we're making to the system, how we're improving and benefiting our system and our software for the creators and based on their feedback, as well as the end users, collectors, and kind of everything in between. Plus, it's Matt and I, so that means we're probably just going to be telling some really terrible dad jokes. So, if anything, I think a lot of people will tune in just for that, because we got to have a little bit of fun, right?
Of course.
Yeah. We don't have anybody breathing on our shoulder on this one. We get to do whatever we want. And if you've ever visited our booths at a convention, this is probably going to get a little gnarly. So we're going to try to keep them down to around 20 to 30 minutes long. Just kind of short, but depending on how conversations go and viewer interactions, you never know. But yeah, that's kind of the whole idea, the intro for what we've got going on and why you're seeing me speak on your social media of choice. You're welcome. So I'm sure that's exactly what you're thinking about is thank you. Thank you, Andrew, for going live right now so that I could see your beautiful face. And it's okay. It's going to be all right. So yeah, let's see. What do we got coming up first? Well, it's Star Wars Day. So we've, obviously got to talk about that. So I guess we'll just start in there. First of all, new movie got announced, which is the coolest thing ever.
Oh yeah.
Because I, for one, love the guy that they have chosen for this movie. So let me see here. Let me open this link here. And it's absolutely amazing. I'm always going to butcher the pronunciation of this guy's name, but Taika Waititi, I think is how you're supposed to say it. Yeah.
Director of Thor, the last one.
Yeah, Ragnarok, which
Yep.
I thought was amazing, but not everyone else did. And
I think universally that one was pretty loved. He's a great new direction.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a little issues with his adding more of the comedy to Thor, trying to make it more of a Guardians of the Galaxy style. But
hey, it's all in fun though.
Oh yeah, I really did enjoy it. Loved the plot.
Yeah, he did the season finale of The Mandalorian, which is reported here and on The Verge. Yeah, which I thought was amazing in itself, and that alone just makes me want to run straight out and watch this movie right now. But of course, they're going to make us wait, because they always do. They never make me happy by just saying that something amazing is here.
When that came out at the end with the black saber, I was
right.
I was already hooked since the first episode, but man, that was just amazing.
I know, and it's the black saber. I mean, come on. That's like as soon as that thing came out, I was like, I'm sold. I'm done. This is my new favorite series.
The Clone Wars, was it the Clone Wars or?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Clone Wars. Yeah, just it's so cool. Just so cool.
I want to know how can't wait.
Yeah.
And then Baby Yoda. Everyone loves Baby Yoda.
Kudos to the mouse for being able to hold out until today to break the news of this, though. That's pretty sweet. I mean, that's good marketing right there. Somebody knew what they were doing.
Do you have a title for it yet?
I have no idea. All I've seen is that he's co-writing it and directing it. So I have no. If someone has seen something more than I've seen, please pop it up in the comments while we're talking, so we can look it up together. Because I need to know.
Now I know that they've announced a new trilogy coming out, as well as some extra movies and shows that'll appear on Disney Plus. So,
that'd be cool.
For example, the Kenobi That got changed from a movie to a series that's going to appear on Disney Plus. So,
which is fantastic.
oh yeah,
Give me all of the Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
I
awesome.
personally love everything Star Wars related, but that's the nerd in me coming out. So
Hey, I was honestly hoping that you know, they were going to tie this in more with a lot of the comics and the graphic novels and stuff that's out there. Hopefully
well,
they
now that
still will.
stuff is non-canon, really. So
Well, everything
I
is canon if the mouse wants it to be. It
yeah,
doesn't
but
even
they
matter anymore.
decided what was it, the Dark Empire, everything like that. That was all gone, and
Yeah.
we got the new trilogy instead. So speaking of which, how did you feel about the new trilogy?
I liked it. I mean, I'm not gonna say I was like madly in love with it, but and dude, it's any time they come out with a Star Wars show. It doesn't matter, man. It's like
Oh,
such a
yeah.
profound part of your childhood that you know what I mean. It might be completely different than everything else out there, but it's still cool. You know what I mean? It's still cool to be able to go back and just every time you hear an X-wing, that sound effect, like it's rad. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You can
Mhm.
put Kermit the Frog out there. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of them changing a lot of the canon and stuff like that from the history of everything, but I understand that they've got to kind of roll with the times. They're trying to speak to their audience, trying to grow their audience. I mean, I get it. Are there some things I would have done differently? Well, yeah, most definitely. But I still enjoyed it. I mean, it's
Yeah, there was that recent script that got released for was it for episode 9, the original script for episode 9.
mm-hmm.
Read that. It was so amazing. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't essentially go with that.
Oh,
But
really? Yeah. See, I didn't read that, but it could be
oh,
interesting.
um, it didn't exactly try to course correct near as much in episode 9 from episode 8. So,
Mm.
and I personally enjoyed episode 8. I liked how, what they were trying to say, how it wasn't just the bloodlines of the Skywalker. It was more um, everything in the universe had the Force tied to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was just so glad they never used the word midichlorian
Yeah.
or have Jar Jar in it at all. But
Hey, Jar Jar is a national treasure. You watch it.
compared to what?
You know what?
I
Everyone loves
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar secretly.
Oh,
Okay, everyone,
oh.
everyone.
Okay, you and I are going to be fighting later.
Hey,
As soon as this video's over, it's going to get real.
let's do this. Let's do it live. Let's let the internet watch.
Okay.
Jeez.
The internet will roast you for saying that you like Jar Jar. I just
They
want
can
to let you
roast
know.
me all they want, man. Jar Jar's still cool. I mean, was he the
Oh,
best character? No, dude, no. You're in Star Wars.
no, there's
Like,
nothing good about him.
5 of the top 10 characters that have ever been created are in one series. So, no, you know what I mean? You can't just put him up against Luke Skywalker and be like, oh, he's going to be amazing. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah, but they tried.
Oh, Amy agrees with you, she says. Well,
Okay.
you know
Good.
what? I myself am very tall and have large ears, and I feel like Jar Jar just speaks to my people, okay? So,
If you want to, look at Jar Jar and see yourself in there, then I'm sorry.
what do you look at, R2-D2?
So,
Suck it. All right, so let's see. Let's keep the ball rolling. So, Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day is all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Your love of Jar Jar leaves you solo, Amy says. Ow, Amy. Ouch.
That was a good one.
We're not going to do these live videos very frequently if it's just me getting mocked.
No, we're going to do more.
Digital Dwight says Jar Jar is the worst thing that's ever happened to Star Wars.
Amen to that, brother.
Amen to that. I don't know.
All right, Free Comic Book Day.
Free Comic Book Day. So, just to open this up so that everybody's kind of aware of what's happened with that. Free Comic Book Day was always put on by Diamond. Diamond, of course, is a huge print company. Basically, if you held a comic book in your hands in the last decade, there's a 70-80% chance that they printed it.
Hmm.
Essentially, what they've done in the past, and this could be argued if it's beneficial or not, but a lot of what they've done is they've used Free Comic Book Day to kind of market new series that are coming out that they really want to push their marketing behind. Now, I will say one positive is that it gets a lot of people into those comic book shops.
Yes, it does.
It is kind of widely recognized that the influx of new customers has always been very welcomed by the comic book stores. At the
Hmm.
same time, it's also very expensive for the comic book stores. Diamond really leverages against them pretty, pretty hard when you look at things. Those free books still cost somebody money, and normally it's the people that own your local comic book shop. So you could argue for and against it. One thing is though is that a lot of the smaller creators, stuff like that, they use that as an opportunity to get down to their local shop, sell copies of their own books, do autographs, meet new people, make
Hmm.
new fans, and that's for any collector, that's always a big deal. Um,
Oh yeah.
Now everybody knows what's going on with the whole coronavirus stuff, but they obviously couldn't put on Free Comic Book Day this year, so what they did is they postponed it. Now, what kind of makes it more relevant for us to talk about is that indie creators kind of took it over, which is pretty sweet. You see a lot of the indie creators. What they did is they in turn threw up their own comic books for free using Dropbox, using things like that, sharing it out on social media. We had a lot of people that are already giving away, some copies of their comic books on Crypto Comics on our system,
Hmm.
and that worked out really well. One of the things in the Crypto Comic system right now is we've got creators have the capability of inviting their fans on a limited basis, and we did see a lot of people using that, which is awesome. So if that's how you heard of us, congratulations, your creator friends love you. Um, but yeah, it's I don't know. The reason I put it in our kind of talking notes is, what do you think, Matt? From the editor's perspective, from a writer's perspective, what do you think of Free Comic
Oh,
Book Day?
um, I love what the indie fans have done by
Mm-hmm.
taking over, like you said. That was just amazing, and I love that the comic book industry is allowing the smaller indie creators to really kind of take over during this time, leaving more of the big two out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then again, looking at this list of comics that are supposed to actually come out during the Free Comic Book Day, I can't wait. I'm actually kind of disappointed that it is getting postponed, just because, like the Jack Kirby book, it's a
Mm-hmm.
book, it's a comic all about Jack Kirby, the legend himself. It's everything that is good in comics pretty much came from this man. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so his story is just, I can't wait. Um, then there's also the what is that, Generation Zero. I've talked a lot in the blogs about the Generation 5 and how I'm really hesitant about it. I don't like what they've announced so far about the Generation 5.
Right.
But on Free Comic Book Day, they're coming out with the Generation Zero. In my,
What's that look? What's that mean? What do you
they
got going
destroyed
on there?
one of my favorite characters of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You have Wally West, who in, oh, what was that series? It was Heroes in Crisis. He was one of the greatest heroes of all time, and then they turned him into a murderer. They just destroyed everything good about him. And he kind of moped around and then killed everybody, and it was just obviously not a fan of the comics, whoever wrote that one. And then now he is basically turned into Dr. Manhattan.
Right.
He's a speedster. No, no, bad. Uh, no, they just completely destroyed him. So I am kind of looking forward to Generation Zero in order to see if the writers know what character they're working on. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't need to ask you if you like the idea of reinventing some of the story arcs and characters to fit modern times?
As enough, I do if it's done right. If you actually keep the characters in, like, who you have, the core characters in mind, then I'm okay with it. They did it beautifully with Crisis of Infinite Earths. They really did a good job. Then they reinvented. I'm of course talking about DC Comics. They reinvented themselves again with Zero Hour, and then it's nowadays you wait 5 minutes, they're going to try to reinvent themselves again, and it's you can't do that. You can't.
Let's see. I'm gonna butcher your name, but I think it's Zolik. I think says it's our time to shine. I'm assuming you're speaking from a creator point of view via Facebook there, but I think that's definitely true. I think that what we're seeing now is 6 months ago everybody was talking about the collapse of the indie, and I think this just goes to show that it's far from it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that personally on my own personal Facebook, I saw at least 400 different creators just individually running with Free Comic Book Day. They didn't care that Diamond, postponed it. They didn't care whatsoever. They went out. They were trying to find new fans, and that speaks in droves when that many people aren't necessarily in communication with one another, and they're all doing that same thing. They're all marketing themselves and pushing themselves like that. So I think, if anything, it's just gonna go crazy. Owns TCT Comics. I think we know that one. I don't know. How much are we allowed to say on these things? Are we allowed to?
I don't know.
Are we allowed to pump on TCT a little bit? I mean, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. I'm not sure if how much we're allowed to market for anybody on these little meetings here, but they're
we'll just give a shout out.
TCT's good. TCT's very good. Very good stuff.
I'm still looking at this list of everything that's coming out, and there's some that, man, I can't wait for, like that Blade Runner 2019.
Yeah.
I want that.
Oh, Joe Frazier says that he thinks Jar Jar is fine. Sucker. See?
Oh,
there's a few of us. No. Amy says it's your video. Do what you want. I wish that were the case. I can get in all sorts of trouble if I just do whatever I want. There's certain people that could get very upset with me if I just do whatever I want.
As long as you're wearing pants, I think that's a stretch.
I don't know. I work from home. Pants are optional sometimes. You know what I mean?
I'll stand up.
I'm just saying, there's a reason that the camera is framed at this level. You know what I mean? Comfort builds good code and great designs, people. Just understand that.
Okay.
So let's see. All right, Matt. What's on your reading list right now?
What's as far as on our site, or as far as just in general?
In general, what are you reading? Actually, let's do both. What are you reading? What are you reading in Crypto Comics right now? And then what are you reading outside of Crypto Comics?
Okay. At the beginning of everything, I was saying how I just got done reading Cardell Cole's comic, Top 2. We did an interview with him 2 weeks ago, and I mean, I love his stuff. I keep rereading it. I'm also going through a lot of the tutorials that I don't know why I just drew a blank.
That's okay. It's gonna happen, man. There's a lot of books.
There's a lot of like how to draw anime stuff. I'm trying to work more on trying to pick up a quick anime feel to it, just because speed. I love how quickly everybody's able to actually draw with anime versus the more traditional stuff.
Point. Yeah, that's a very good point.
So I was reading a lot of those, like how to draw pirates and how to draw anime and how to draw, just the robots. Just trying to pick up new techniques and everything. So there's a lot of great tutorials on there. I love them all.
Are you doing the? Let me see here. Are you doing the one that's kind coming from Antarctic Press?
Yes,
Are those the ones you're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
They actually kind of inspired a blog post that's coming out on the 6th. So it talks a little bit about what I'm trying to accomplish by reading their stuff. So you'll have to wait till the 6th to find out what that is.
Nice. Well, I don't have to. Everybody else does, though.
Well, yeah.
I got to see all this stuff early. Yeah, and see, now this is what's going to be funny is I have to pull up my dashboard because nobody's going to believe this. But the last book that I was reading is actually How to Draw and Fight Zombies by Antarctic Press.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
That's kind of funny.
That's on my to-do list. I haven't got to that one yet. But, well, I've skimmed through it, but I haven't actually, like, really dug down and read it yet. So.
Yeah, and Zolik, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. If I am, just type it out. Tell me I'm a moron. That's fine. Everybody else does. Put so many wonderful books, talented writers and artists out there. That's very true. And more so now with social media and stuff, really pushing everything out and making it so that, people can build their own fan base. They're not limited like they were 15 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So that works well. Lindsay says, my son loves that one. I do too. This one's one of my, this whole series really is one of my favorite series. I love I love just the way that they've laid everything out, the way they show the sketches, and the way that they simply, I guess, kind of explain, how they're using the difference in shadows and coloration and things like that. If you guys haven't read these books, it's awesome series. Awesome.
You got to get on there and check them out. They're fun too. One of my favorites is What Not to Do by them.
Yep,
I
What
couldn't
Not to Do.
stop laughing as I was reading it, and then I noticed that I was doing a lot of that stuff that they were like, "Oh, don't do this."
Yep.
Oh, whoops.
Let's see. Amy says, "Just don't show chubby." No, that's what I'm saying. I can't do everything I want to do. We have a few books that, if this was my own Facebook, no problem. I'd show them all day long. People would understand. Anybody that knows me would know. They would understand. But we're on the company page. I should probably keep it, dialed back to about a heavy 8.2. We don't need to go full up to 11. It's like this. Say Z-Hool, and you're saying Zolik right. Hey, sweet. I guessed on that. I don't know if that helps, but I totally guessed on that. Let's see. Okay, outside of the system. What are you reading outside of the system?
I'm picking up a lot of the books from the 60s, and there's something about the stupid zaniness of it all.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of it. It's just, what's the word? Wacky? Just makes no sense. Like the Superman, where his powers. I've wrote a lot about this in my blogs about how, you shouldn't do this. But then I'm secretly reading the comic. I'm like, oh, that was funny. For example, there was one comic where Superman gained a new power where he was shooting mini Superman out of his hands.
Which is fantastic.
It makes no sense, but...
It might make no sense, but how many times would your life have benefited from being able to shoot tiny Superman out of your hands, man? I can think of 15 today. Today. You know how much I'd get done?
Oh,
I got an hour worth of client work over here. Bam! Little tiny Superman. He's off. Done. Do the dishes. Bam!
But there were some seriously weird things. Like Superman gave the power to... he had dance powers for a while. I love that kind of stuff.
I wish I had dance powers.
I've seen you dance.
Yeah.
We wish you had dance.
Yeah, everyone wishes I had dance powers.
But a lot of the Adam Strange, just everything is so weird. But I loved it. New Gods, picked up a lot of that. I'm just reading a lot of just the older stuff. Fantastic Four, their earlier comics, just so different.
Superman goes to the disco is put in chat. That's great. That's good. Superman.
That was a weird comic. That was a really, really weird comic.
I don't know. They were playing with ideas, and there was nobody there to tell them not to do something.
Yeah, there should have been times where somebody was there to tell them not to do something.
Wow,
Um,
maybe
but
allegedly. We'll say that
yeah,
allegedly.
but I mean, I love those old stories. There's just something so odd about them that it just makes it fun.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
I am highly addicted to Something Is Killing the Children from Boom Studios. The
Ah,
the artwork and the storytelling in those books are so good.
okay, that's one
So
we
good.
do. Yeah.
Uh,
There have been other ones we've disagreed on. Like I personally didn't care too much for um, what was it? The Ghost Rider, where
Cosmic
it's
Ghost Rider. So we're gonna need someone to co-host this show with me from now on. Matt's unfortunately sick. He
I
doesn't think
didn't care
Cosmic
for it.
Ghost Rider was the most amazing thing that Marvel has done in the last 5 years. And we all know that he's wrong. Cosmic
You know,
Ghost Rider
that
destroys the
was
Marvel history is amazing.
I don't know. Frank Castle just didn't need to be the Ghost Rider who raised Thanos. I that
Why?
just
Why?
it just come
Why?
on, man. No,
Why?
you
Why
want a good
not?
Punisher? Go watch Netflix Punisher series. That was a good Punisher
Why can't there be both?
because that's not Frank Castle.
I
You
swear
know, it's weird.
sometimes.
I say I don't like that one, but I love the old zany Superman stuff from the '60s.
Yeah,
So
you see how it is? Yeah,
yeah.
you like Superman at the disco. I like good comic books.
Oh, ouch.
I
All
don't
right, I'll
know.
take that.
Here's what I like about it is that they didn't care. You know what I mean? They were just like, eh, let's let it happen. You know what I mean? And they let their resident rock star just go to town, and why not? I mean, I dig that. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like seeing Cosmic Ghost Rider with baby Thanos chained to his chest, flying through time and space. I'm just, yes. You know what I mean? He's, you know, like Silver Surfer. He's now no longer the most powerful thing. You know what I mean? Galactus, yeah, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's just, it's so much fun. It's great.
I did enjoy the Valhalla scenes in that. So
Yeah. Yeah, they're great, man. That I don't know. I like it. What is it, Bobby Cats, whatever. I'm so bad at pronunciations of names, but yeah, I like the idea that he just didn't care. You know what I mean? And you can tell he was just like, I'm gonna make everyone upset in at least one panel of this series. Like, and I love that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool.
all right.
Let's see here. What else do we have? That kind of summarizes everything. I mean, there's not a whole lot of news to go over. There's not a lot of events going on right now, obviously.
Yeah.
We will be doing what's called CouchCon. Um, I don't want to put a date out for that yet until I'm positive as to what that date's going to be, but that'll be kind of cool. So we're going to do that kind of all digital convention thing getting put on. And that's we got invited to do that with the guys from Dreamkeepers, which is fantastic because their books are absolutely awesome.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we'll be kind of posting more information about that as that comes up. But other than that, I mean, every event we were supposed to be at isn't happening now, so I'm lonely. And I'm stuck at home with children instead of being at a booth in my
That's
natural environment, speaking to nerds.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's see. What do we got for system news here? We got the new carousel widgets are in place. That's pretty sweet.
Ah.
I am stoked about that. Let me see. Let me go back to the dashboard here. Go to my collection. So as you can see now, you can scroll through all your comic books. It seems like a really small thing to most people when they look at it. But what we're doing is we're building all this from scratch. Oh, he says they got canceled for Nickel City Con. Yeah, we had what did we have? We had Amazing, which still isn't canceled, but everybody's assuming it's going to be canceled. But we had MegaCon get canceled on us. We had
Well, That's
Emerald
in
City.
Vegas. And Vegas is doing some weird stuff right now,
Yeah.
trying to like almost force everybody to reopen after the coronavirus. So
Right.
I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, we'll see what
Even if
happens.
do you want to go? It's kind of, you know.
Yes.
Oh yeah, well I have kids too, and I'm stuck at home, so yeah, I'll go.
I'll go
But
if
I'm
I'm the
just
only
saying,
person there at this point. I'll
what was
walk
that?
around with a Crypto Comics flag, waving it, screaming and hollering. People watch me on Facebook Live. Yeah, Amy says fangirling. That's right. I miss fangirling.
Yes,
That's the best
yes.
part of this job. Being
Hmm.
able to go and
My daughter still makes fun of me for
I'm getting
being
better about it. I'm getting better.
well. Yeah, but there's just something about all of a sudden you turn around and there's the candy man, and
That was
it's hard
cool.
not to feel like a little girl.
Well, plus,
That
like
man,
eating breakfast with Tony Todd. Like, who guys gets to do that? I mean, a lot of people,
I
I'm sure, have eaten breakfast with him, but I'm one of those people now. Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so back to the system. What I was getting at is that everything inside of our marketplace is all custom built from the ground up. And it's always going to be changing. The reason is we always want to make sure that it's the best possible system for our creators and our collectors and everyone else. And so one of the things, that had been brought to our attention was that the way we had been displaying comics and stuff when you had a really large collection, it started filling up the screen on mini tablets and things like that. So we went through a few revisions of user interface, user experience updates, and kind of
Hmm.
rebuilt it. And our good buddy David, who will, I'm sure, eventually be drug onto one of these calls,
Oh yes, he
he's our
better be.
he's our lead developer, and he took it upon himself to make sure that it was awesome. And I think he did a crazy good job at just about everything that he touches. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, so that's up and going. So hopefully, each time we do these little calls, we'll be bringing up some of the new stuff that's going on. We don't want to show off too much of in progress builds. So a lot of what you'll see on this little live video is stuff that's already up that you probably already see. That being said, one thing we are doing right now because of the whole stay at home order is if you are currently already in the system, if you already have an account, you now have a little tab right here that says invite friends. You can click on that little link and you can actually activate and send a code directly to your friend's email and they can get in as well. What's nice about that is they can get in, they can read all the comics in the system. We just ask that they leave reviews because, of course, that always helps the creators out. And then, give feedback. If they find any bugs, if they find any issues, let us know. We can get it, smashed out. You've probably seen a lot of creators shooting these out or inviting people, but it is a very limited aspect. Um, I want to say that most users in the system are limited to 3, but that might not even be right.
3 or 5, something like
3 or
that.
5,
But
something like that. Yeah,
it's
there's
pretty limited.
so the reason we are keeping it limited, of course, is to make sure that we don't get overwhelmed, bombarded, and make sure that we're rolling this out the way that it should be, so that it works properly and good to go. So that as soon as we flip that switch live and everything goes, everything works the way that it's expected to work. One of the nice things about the current beta, the system, is that all of the comics are free to read right now. So you can check out anything that's in the system. It doesn't cost you a dime. But like I said, please leave reviews. It was really, really cool of all the creators to put their books in under those circumstances and let people read them and let people see, what they're about. The other really nice thing about that is that as soon as we do flip the switch live, everyone's bookshelf is essentially uh, dropped off, and you can go out and buy all the books that you really enjoyed and you really liked and support the creators at that point. So it's gonna be pretty
And
cool.
if you're a creator out there and you're not in the system yet, go ahead and hit us up. We'll get you in there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think right now I talked to David about it the other day. I think that right now we're at 1,624 comics is our total. A lot of those have yet to be uploaded just because we are uploading them, one at a time, and that takes a while to go through that large of a collection. But it's working really good. Let's see. Alex says we're gonna get 2 more books out right now. Handbook and the Gorgoth Handbook. Hey, nice. That's cool. Hopefully, we'll see it in the Crypto Comics. We'd better. Or I will find you. I will find you. Yeah. Let's see. Upcoming events. We kind of already went over that. I don't know. Matt, do you have anything else to go over?
I don't, other than the fact that, just this, like I said earlier, was kind of a test run. We will be doing these videos, the marketplace or Market Mondays, the first and third Monday every month for now. If you guys start to request it more, we can do it more.
If you request it less, we'll do it more.
Yes.
I mean, wait, no. That was wrong, right? No.
Yeah, way wrong. But still.
No, Zoc says that's where they're putting it. All right.
What was that?
Oh, I'm just reading off on the chat. What's going on in the chat there?
Oh, okay.
All right, Zol. It means I probably should pull up his book. Their book, I should say. Read now. See? I already own them all. Already got them. Yeah. These are great.
Oh, those are.
I like them. I really like the action sequences. You're going to have to let us do an interview with you. Whoa.
Oh, live interview with this guy. I like it.
Why not? That's always fun.
Oh, yeah.
Always fun. Yeah, so I guess we'll call it unless Chad has something that they want to see us talking about. I mean,
okay.
My beautiful face, Matt's beautiful face, our beautiful faces at the same time on your screen.
That could break a screen.
Only one way to find out. Chad, is your screen broken? All right, well, let's call it. We'll call it an evening. Buffalo, Amy says. Amy's wrong. Again. This is the year of the dolphin. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows this. Everyone.
No.
Everyone. Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
You all know it's true. Everything I do it for you. Oh,
really? Bryan Adams now? Come on. Dude, I did just watch that movie with my kids. But still, really?
Mm-hmm. With your kids. Gotcha. All right. Well, I got work to go and get done. So. All right. Thanks for joining, everybody. Try to stay safe. Stay social distance. Do all that fun stuff. Stay home. Read comics. Leave reviews. Later.